So, what does it really take to build a stronger man? And, by extension, a stronger community? Today, we're going to break down a really detailed blueprint that's designed to do exactly that, starting from the inside out. All right, let's just jump right in with this powerful idea, because it really sets the stage for everything we're about to explore. This quote is basically saying that the true strength of any place, any community, it isn't in its buildings or its infrastructure, it's in the character and the quality of its people. And that quote? It's the very first thing you see in the F.I.T curriculum. That's the guide we're digging into today, and it's specifically designed for African American men who are looking for a clear path to transformation. Now, when we say F.I.T, we're not talking about the gym. This is about a state of being. It's an acronym for the 3 pillars that hold up this entire curriculum: being fearless, being intentional, and being transformational. Okay, so first up, let's get our heads around the core philosophy. You can think of this whole program as a blueprint for life, and it all starts with one fundamental principle. And that principle is this inside-out journey. The whole idea is that real, lasting change can't just be slapped on from the outside. No way. It has to start with you, with the individual, before it can even begin to radiate out and positively change your home, your finances, and your community. So, you gotta start somewhere, right? And that journey starts with building the inner foundation. The whole process kicks off by looking at these foundational, internal things. It's not focused on what a man does, but on who he is. And that means really digging into his character, helping him discover his unique purpose or his calling, expanding his capacity for growth, and even shaping his fundamental outlook on life. But that's a big question, right? How do you actually build character? How do you find your calling? Well, this is where the curriculum moves from just talking about big ideas to doing real, tangible, introspective work. And you can see this super practical approach in every single module. Take, for example, the part about finding your calling. There's a fear transformation exercise. The objective is crystal clear: overcome self-doubt. And the activity? You directly take your personal fears and you learn how to reframe them into powerful, empowering affirmations. So once that inner foundation is solid, the focus starts to expand outward, into a man's immediate world. A really huge mindset shift here is moving from what the curriculum calls casualness to intentionality. It's all about challenging that sense of complacency and instead promoting a disciplined, purpose-driven way of living. The goal is to build what they call a culture of excellence. And this idea of being intentional gets applied directly to the home. I mean, there's a whole module called The Man in His Castle, which reframes your home as more than just a place to sleep. It's a sanctuary that you should be actively cultivating for growth, for harmony, and for inspiration. And you see the exact same focused approach with finances. The Man in His Cash module, it's not just about paying the bills on time. It's about building a really deep financial literacy, everything from budgeting and saving all the way to investing. And the ultimate goal here is creating lasting generational wealth. Okay, so you've worked on the inner self. You've started shaping your personal world. Now the journey broadens even further. We're talking about a man's impact on the entire community around him. This is really where personal transformation becomes a public good. And this is what brings all that personal development work into the bigger picture. You see, it isn't just for your own benefit. It's meant to serve a greater good. The end game is to equip men to become leaders, people who can actually tackle systemic issues and help build a stronger, more unified community. And to figure out how to build the future, the curriculum makes sure to ground men in their history. For example, one activity is this historical context gallery walk. It helps participants really understand the struggles and the triumphs that have shaped the African American community, giving them this essential context for the role they play today. The philosophy is super clear, but how does this blueprint actually get put into practice? Let's look at the structure that's designed to turn all this learning into doing. You know, every single module, it doesn't matter if it's about character or about money, is built on this really clear and practical structure. You always have a stated objective, some high-level goal, and it's immediately followed by specific activities for the group or for you individually designed to build that exact skill. A key tool they use over and over again to make sure that learning turns into action is the personal action plan. It's this recurring exercise that helps you take the lessons from a module and turn them into a concrete, actionable roadmap for your own life, complete with goals and even steps for accountability with your peers. So, when you look at the whole thing, the F.I.T journey is this holistic, interconnected cycle. It all starts with building the man from the inside, which then empowers him to shape his own world, and that ultimately leads to him transforming his community for the better. And that kind of leaves us with a final thought here. The FIT curriculum gives us one really detailed blueprint for growth, one that's rooted in a very specific experience. It kind of makes you wonder, doesn't it? What are the essential pieces, the fearless, the intentional, the transformational steps in your own blueprint?